Good morning, Hal. It's morning. It's not that early. It's almost 10. I was bed at 3. Yesterday I asked you to tell me your presumptions about me, and then we'll talk about them. So I got some really super cool ones, and let's start. I'm trying to record this straight through with no editing, so you can see what I actually think about this. It's got to be authentic, okay? So I have some questions here. Okay. First thing, that your favorite sex is vanilla. Not at all. I'm actually a lifestyle submissive, and I've been collared for 7 years. I think it's easy to make that presumption about me if you're a fan of my adult films, because I don't shoot that type of content, and because that's something that I like to keep between me and my boyfriend. This is funny. My first presumption was from the Brad post. Thought you were great. Thanks. Thank you. Not everyone felt that way. I don't like this one. This person presumes that I'm in my 30s. I'll be 28 for another 11 days. Thank you very much. I do know that I present older, but I'm not in my 30s yet. This person says that you're very street smart and book smart, strategic for a lack of a better word. Thank you. Cleverness is something that I pride myself on. I don't have a formal education. So that's really nice to hear. Thank you. I read a lot every day, like all different types of subjects. Let's see. This person presumes that I'm really guarded and I have a hard time letting people in or trusting them. No, this is my problem. Is I always freaking trust people and let them in, and I do everything in the world for them, and then I get screwed over, and I'm like, I don't know what happened. My man just sat me down. He's my mentor, so he just sat me down the other day because I was complaining about someone who screwed me over, and he was like, honey, he's like, this always happens to you. Every person that I've known has screwed you over in the grand scheme of things. And I'm like, no. He just starts naming people. So I'm trying to change that this year. So if you see that's good. Actually, that makes me feel less gullible. Yeah, so my intention to be that way is true. And you know what? I'm like that with men. So yeah, I think it's more of a gender identity thing. I don't trust men at all. I love men, love them, but I don't trust them. And women, I trust them too much. And they're the ones that always end up screwing me over. You know why? Because men, it's easy to make presumptions about money. Oh, money wants to get in on this. Come here, you want to be in? Come here, in the video? With men, it's pretty easy to make a presumptions on their intentions. Not all, but a lot. But with women, I'm always like, yeah, I want to help you. And then a woman's agenda with another woman versus a man's agenda with a woman is entirely different. So that's something I'm still learning, because most of my experience in life and success has been through interacting with men. So it's complicated. Money's a girl. You haven't screwed me over, right? Well, every time you pee on the carpet or go through the trash, actually. Okay, next. You're a feminist. Yeah. I'm a feminist I would say I'm a humanitarian, because I think that no matter who you are, you should be able to just operate freely. Yeah, that's just people. I believe in people. How do you extend bookings from 1 hour to 2 hour from 4 to overnight? this is not a presumption, but I will tell you, there's a video in my video vault, which is for members only on lydiadupra.com. And it tells you how to upsell and how to spend multi-hour appointments. 2 really, really helpful videos that will get you there. You consider yourself a passionate defender of women. Sure. I don't consider myself a passionate, no. I don't consider myself a passionate defender of women. It's never organically crossed my mind before. Hang on. You know why? Because I'm a passionate defender of the adult industry. So, and it happens to be primarily women. But for men as well, men have a really hard time in this business. It sucks. They don't make as much money as the women. It's harder for them to break into it. The only thing they really got is they're safer. But even then, they're still in danger. So I'm a passionate defender of the adult industry, for sure. And that includes all gender identities. This person presumes that I have a deadly accurate judge of character at this point, and you are a master of your domain. That's accurate. And I really love that this person said at this point. Again, the dollhouse experiment, when I fashioned my own reality show for a season about the people I was mentoring in my house, I didn't see any of that coming. But I learned the whole time and really observed the situations that I put myself in and allowed to happen to me. And now I know. And now I know. Susie Q taught me something interesting, and she said 2 yellow flags equals a red flag. And I'm known for just forgiving people and for thinking, hey, maybe I misunderstood them and they didn't mean it like that. Now I don't. The biggest thing I've learned is if someone does it to someone else, they will do it to you as well. And that I didn't want to believe. I still don't want to believe it, but I need to protect my spirit at this point in my career. Also, she said you are master of your domain. Yes, I am 100% confident now in my position in the adult industry. I feel like I've completely established myself as a role model, as a person with influence, and that can actually back it up with a well-documented, successful career, and products that are as effective as the knowledge that is in them. I feel great about that. So thanks. That's a really nice one. This person presumes that I don't like fans coming up to me. That's not true. I really, really love it. But most people don't come up to me. I don't know why, but a lot of people come running at me screaming. And I don't like that. It scares me. I have like complex PTSD. So if someone is running towards me, I immediately think that I'm being attacked, which I think is a fair presumption to make really for anybody. The screaming doesn't help. I get scared. Also, there's been times where I'm like on the phone and you can tell that I'm like, if I'm talking on the phone, it's straight business because I don't talk on the phone socially. I don't enjoy it at all. So if you see me on the phone, I'm like trying to communicate with an important person. So if you come up to me while I'm on a phone conversation, I'm gonna be like, or go away. And it's not because it's you, it's because it's anybody. The best way to approach me is just be like, hey ho, and I'll be like, oh, I will get so excited. So it's just really how and when you approach me rather than me not wanting to be approached. And it doesn't happen often. Like I'm not popping like that. I think every couple weeks someone will be like, Lydia, and I get excited, but only when I'm not afraid. This person presumes that I don't want kids, and she said, I don't know why. I do want kids. I just don't talk about having kids right now because I'm not planning on having kids right now. But when I get married and want to cohabitate with my man, like it's so far down the road, and For me, because I grew up in less than ideal circumstances, for me it's like, no, I need to have everything situated. Like I want a stable life before I share it with a baby. I think I understand how serious being a parent is, or I like to think that I do. So I'm taking being a parent seriously by timing it correctly. And bonding, I know that bonding, like mothers bonding with their child in like the first year of their life or even less than that, is so important for the child's success and mental health and all other types of things. So I feel like if I'm distracted with my company or any other prospect in my life and I don't have that time to bond with the baby, I'm so scared. I think a statistic is like, if the mother doesn't bond with her infant within a certain amount of time, the chances of the child dropping out of high school is like massively increased. So I've done a lot. Plus I have a little brother, he's 13, or maybe he's older than that. I know we're 13 years apart, and I spent a lot of time caring for him when he was an infant, if my mom wasn't able to or something. So we kind of have had firsthand experience with a newborn baby. And so you're half right. It's something that I don't want now, but I do want that, and when it's appropriate. Let's go. Let's see. This one's not that nice. Well, I didn't ask for you to make nice presumption spells. So it's fair game. This girl said, "You seem like you used to be super nice and helpful, and now you're like, F that, LOL." That's not true. I can say that's not a presumption at all. And if you want me to be 100% honest with you, maybe the person asking that question is a person that was getting help from me for free, or somehow consuming me without me benefiting. Because if that's something I stopped to you or your perception, that's what that means. Because ask anyone in my life or anyone that is a customer, I have always followed through on what I'm supposed to do as a mentor, as a friend, as a partner. I'm 100% nice and helpful to the people that value me. So that's important for me to establish that. I'm sick of being taken advantage of. I used to like put myself out there like a freaking martyr, like, and I was just getting used and abused. Truly, like, I can't do that anymore. It's not healthy. So if that's how you feel, that's my answer. And I'm sorry if you didn't mean it like that. That's how I interpreted it. Maybe because I'm sensitive about that. This person presumed you enjoyed escorting and you are quite introverted. Yes, both of those things are true. I really, really loved it. You know why? Because I helped people. And that was the only way I knew how to help someone at that time. So I felt very useful. I'm super introverted. I have really bad anxiety, like leaving my house. So I just try to avoid it at all times. And sometimes it affects me, like, on some pretty bad levels. Also, my eyes are tearing because I'm exhausted and I didn't get a lot of sleep. So I'm not getting emotional, just to set the record straight. But yeah, I'm so introverted that it's caused more problems in my life than, I don't think being introverted is really a good thing. I think humans are social creatures. So it's something that I do try to work on, but I'm not there. That your pussy is bomb. It is. Thank you. It's gotten me this far in life. So let's just say bomb enough. Let's see. Now there's more. Some people left some on my actual page. So let's see. Please load. Okay. Come on. One says that she's very rich, winky face. I don't know. I live in LA. I definitely have a higher net worth than most people. I do believe I fall into the 1%. So sure. I will say that I am rich compared to what I thought was rich at 20. Or at 20, not 21, 20. So I'm richest beyond my wildest dreams as a youth. Now approaching 30, I don't think so. But I'm comfortable, and I think I qualify as wealthy. This person presumes that I'm lovable but cutthroat. Yes, I want to love everybody, but I just know that sometimes I have to cut their throats. Like I said, I'm not editing this video. Disclaimer, I've never cut anyone's throat. I have no intention to. Violent thoughts against other people is a very rare occurrence in my mind. Sometimes I get frustrated and like I could end you. And then I'll like start looking across the room. I'm like, I could strangle them with that phone charger. I could hit them with my new microphone, which I'm not using for this video. Because I have every intention of just purely, you know why? Because if I use my mic for this video, I'm recording on my phone right now. If I use the mic for this video, that means I'd have to record audio separately and edit it together. Also, I'm being lazy because I have very important things to do today. Let's keep going. How are you doing, man? Are you learning about me? This person presumes that I'm an educator on issues that I find important. Yes, and that extends beyond the adult industry. I try to, when I come across something that I think is like, whoa, people should know about this, I think that translates a lot of my YouTube videos, like telling people about how subliminal messages can help you improve your life, how to fix a leaky roof. I mentioned that yesterday. It just keeps coming up. How to give yourself an enema. So like, I guess maybe giving yourself is not an issue that is important, but actually I think it is because it can help relieve depression. And poop is toxic. So yeah, I do find enemas important. That's nice. Let's see. Oh. This is the last, oh wait, no, I'll see, okay. No, I don't want to end it on this one, so let's do this one before the next one. This person presumes that I'm attention-seeking, oppositionally defiant, and access to diagnosis. All right, let's just talk about my mental health then. I'm going to approach this question as a medical concern rather than something negative. To me, my mental health is the same level of health as any other health condition, like lupus, heart conditions. I don't have a heart condition. I do have lupus, allegedly. So I'm just gonna treat this like someone is just saying, hey, you got a mole on your shoulder, you should probably get that checked out. Same level, okay? Attention seeking. It's literally my job to seek attention. Like I absolutely have to. But maybe my attention-seeking behaviors led me to a job where I can profit off of my behavior. I mean, I've performed an adult film. Like, obviously, like, I have no problem getting attention. Which is funny because I'm introverted. Also, I would like to say that attention-seeking can be good or bad behaviors. And I definitely like to think I seek positive attention. Otherwise, I would be... I know I'm scandalous now, but I don't think I actually do anything scandalous now. I'm really thinking. I mean, I guess I do, but I don't know. To me, I just feel like I'm just living my life the way I want to. And if people like me for that, great. And if they don't, that's okay too. But the only time I'm like, oh, people are going to pay attention to this is when I feel like I have something important to say. And I do want people to pay attention to me. So yes. Oppositionally defiant. My stepsister had this, and it's a disorder where you just basically oppose authority to the point where like it can really like mess you up. I don't feel that way. I definitely have like F the police mentality, but even then it's just being playful. Like I smile at the police, like I'm not mad at them. I don't think I directly oppose authority, especially because I'm a collared submissive, where it's like my entire function is to receive instructions and structure from my dom. So I don't think that's entirely accurate. Maybe in some instances where I feel like it would greatly benefit me to defy someone, but because I live my life on my own terms, I just don't think there's anyone or anything to defy. I could be wrong, but that's how I perceive myself. Next thing, access to diagnosis. This might be a doctor. Take it seriously. Okay, so this is something I don't want to cop to, but I will. So access to diagnosis, I looked it up before I chose to talk about this. That is a category for personality disorders and also mental retardation, which is the term that was listed on the website I looked at. Okay, so this person is right. I have 2 personality disorders. I've never talked about them because I was diagnosed with these as a teenager and they went away. But when I'm under stress, one of them comes back. I was diagnosed when I was 17 with schizoid personality disorder. It is a form of antisocial personality disorder. So let's just look it up because I feel like it's not as bad as it sounds. Personality. Okay. A condition in which people avoid social activities and interacting with others. Oh, maybe I do have that. Let's see, let's learn more about this condition. Sorry, my internet's running slow. People may experience social isolation, indifferent to praise. Well, I can't be indifferent to praise if I'm attention seeking, so let's X out that criteria. Lack of close friends, that's not true. The friends that I do have are super great, and like I have a best friend, and Kinsley's my ride or die, so is Susie Q. Then I have a whole other social circle, which I've never publicly acknowledged, and I won't. Limited range of emotions, that's not true. When I went to therapy for anger management, I learned, don't quote me on this, I think there's 37 different emotions, and I spent months learning all of them. I used to only feel 2 emotions, good or bad. And my therapist identified that, and he's like, you're always saying you feel bad about something, or you made money that made you feel good. So he explained to me that you can feel frustrated, and you can feel sad, you can feel regret, you can feel guilt, you can feel resentment. So actually, I know about the emotions, okay? I try to limit them, you know? Let's see. Reduced sex drive. That's not true. Or relationship avoidance. No, I've been in a relationship for 7 years. So I would say that while I do have some symptoms of schizoid personality, and I've been diagnosed with it before, I don't think that I meet the current criteria for that. But let's talk about the other personality disorder I have, and it's called borderline personality disorder. It went away here's the thing with my borderline, is it goes away when my life is stable. And then when chaos comes, I feel like my borderline kicks in almost to protect me, not really from anything, but it's just this instinctual, like extreme reactions and black and white thinking that kind of, I feel like is a defense mechanism against bad things. And it's like, well, this person's either good or bad, and this situation is good or bad. So it's just like, okay, well, this person is generally perceived as bad. So let's talk more about it though. And again, personality disorders can sometimes be treated with medication, but the best way to treat them is through therapy, which I don't go to. Okay, so here's borderline personality diagnostic criteria. Antisocial behavior, sure. Compulsive behavior, I don't know. Maybe I'm compulsive about like my looks, but even then I feel like I've gotten pretty relaxed about that. Hostility at times. Impulsivity, I don't know. I'm not an impulsive person. I have to have at least three reasons to do something before I actually take action. I used to have very, very bad impulsive behaviors and I always got in trouble. Risk-taking behaviors. I drive the speed limit. I stopped doing drugs. I don't know. I guess I was having sex with a lot of people recently. Well, like 6 months ago, but I stopped doing that after I had a bad experience. So, self-destructive behavior, self-harm. No. I honestly am like way too into myself for that. But self-destructive, maybe that could go back to drug use. But I've always used drugs as a form of escapism rather than like with the intention to like, I'm gonna overdose and that'll teach them. But I don't know, maybe it falls into that. Mood swings, depression. Yeah, I have depression. Disordered self-image. Not really. I think I have a pretty grounded idea of who I am. But I've definitely had instances where I'm like, I don't know who I am. Grandiosity or narcissism. Well, I did take that narcissist quiz and it did say I was a narcissist. So yeah, I have to hype myself up a lot to put myself out there. So I think that's definitely a behavior I've had to learn to become successful. But I wouldn't say the people in my personal life feel that way, but I know I definitely present that way. There's more to it that I want to dissect because it's a lot. History of unstable relationships. Sure, with my family for sure, with friends for sure. Romantically, I've had my first boyfriend I was with for 3 years, my second boyfriend for 4 years, and my current boyfriend for 7 years. So I feel like at least romantically, I have solid relationships. Intense mood swings. Extreme reactions can make it difficult for people with borderline to complete schooling, maintain stable jobs, and have long-lasting healthy relationships. Yeah, I never finished school. I've never had a stable job, but because sex work is so profitable and easy, well, not easy, but for me, easy compared to other work. I want to talk difficulty feeling empathy for others. That's not true at all. I try to numb myself as much as possible because I am an empath. This is like the most borderline thing about me. A persistent fear of abandonment and rejection, including extreme emotional reactions to perceived and real abandonment. That's 100% true. That is like, oh, thinking about just gave me anxiety. Yeah, that's the worst. I'm like shaking thinking about being abandoned. Okay. Unstable career plans, goals, and aspirations. That's not true. I have my entire life mapped out. Like every 6 months I have certain goals that I need to accomplish. But I wasn't always that way. So yeah, I think for borderline, I can totally cop to the psychological part of it, but like, I don't think these things physically manifest, just on a psychological level. And the reason why I'm so open to talking about this is because like, if I'm acting crazy, like, tell me. Someone told me the other day, she's like, it looks like your life is falling apart. I'm worried about you. And you literally look like you're losing it. And I was like, okay. And then I thought about it and I like rewatched some of my content and I was like, there's some subtle signs in here that like things are bad. But I needed to hear that. So if you see me acting borderline, Or being like, Lydia, why are you seeking negative attention right now? I'd be like I would take it seriously and be like, I didn't realize I was doing that. Thank you. So I'm entrusting you with this information in hopes that one day it could help me. So, all right, last one. Let's do the last one. This person presumes that I'm completely self-obsessed, but in a good way. I have a healthy relationship with myself overall. I love myself a lot. And since I learned to do that, I've been obsessed with loving myself. It's awesome to love yourself. It's like, I don't need to depend on other people to love me. Like, I can do it myself. So it's really nice because I'm independent in so many ways, like financially, socially, like just, I know how to do things alone. But I always relied on other people to validate my heart. Not anymore. So I feel good about that. Okay, the abandonment thing, really, like my heart is pounding thinking about being abandoned. It's so bad. One time I cried to my hairdresser because she did my hair so good. I was like, what if you don't want to book me anymore? And then I don't know, I was gonna do my hair. I was like, you did it so good, I can't have anyone else do my hair anymore. Like, that was real. That was also like 4 years ago when I was not doing good. But I think everyone in my personal life can 100% be like, yes, don't try to trigger her with that. But I mean, whatever. I still love myself. Okay, that's it for today. If you sat through all of this, you're amazing. Thanks for caring about me. But always blows my mind when people watch it all the way through. But then I think about my favorite YouTubers or my favorite motivational speakers. If they had a 3-hour video or podcast, I would listen to it. So I get it. Yeah, have a great day. I love you. And I'm nervous to post this. But okay, all right. Have a good day. I'll talk to you soon.